What if I told you that an advanced civilization, older than Rome, mysteriously vanished, leaving behind a language no one can fully decode, an influence that shaped Roman culture, and an eerie legacy buried beneath modern Italy? Who were they? And why did history try to erase them? Long before Rome ruled the world, there was another power in Italy, the Etruscans, a wealthy, sophisticated civilization of warriors, artists, and scholars who built cities, traded with the Greeks, and whose knowledge would shape the future of Rome itself. And then, they simply vanished. How did an entire civilization disappear? And why do we still struggle to understand their language and origins? This video uncovers the hidden history of the Etruscans, their mysterious origins, remarkable achievements, and the shocking theories behind their disappearance. We'll cover their language, spirituality, daily life, recent discoveries, and more. Were they conquered, assimilated, or did something even stranger happen? To understand the mystery of the Etruscans, we must first travel back nearly 3,000 years to the rugged hills of central Italy. The Etruscans appeared around 900 BCE in Etruria, an area stretching across central Italy, and is located in modern-day Tuscany, northern Lazio, and western Umbria, Italy. This group of people constructed significant cities, controlled the seas, and became early leaders in Rome. The Etruscans remain one of history's most debated cultures. Were they indigenous to Italy, or did migrants from the Near East or Anatolia bring their customs with them? There are two competing theories to this question. Number 1. Some scholars believe they evolved from Villanovan culture, an early Italian society. Number 2. Ancient Greek historian Herodotus claimed they were from Lydia, modern-day Turkey, having crossed the sea in search of new land. Most modern scholars, however, lean toward a complex blend of both. What do you think? Were the Etruscans a lost tribe of Italy, or did they journey from far-off lands? What about their cities? Unlike Rome, the Etruscans didn't build a single empire. Instead, they ruled through independent city-states like Vate, Tarquinia, and Clusium. These cities formed a loose confederation, trading and sometimes warring with one another. The Etruscan society primarily consisted of kings, priests, warriors, merchants, and farmers. And they were unlike any civilization of their time. Their wealth came from their mastery of trade and metalwork, but it wasn't just their riches that set them apart. It was their way of life. They had a thriving economy. They were skilled in bronze and ironworking, selling weapons, tools, and jewelry across the Mediterranean. They built massive ships and traded with Greeks, Phoenicians, and Egyptians. The spiritual world of the Etruscans was a realm where omens, divinations, and the natural world merged. Etruscan religion was deeply mystical, relying on priests who read omens from lightning and animal livers. Their religion was also polytheistic, heavily influencing Roman gods. Temples dedicated to gods, whose names would later be borrowed by the Romans, were built with precision and reverence. Their art wasn't merely decorative. It was a narrative of their beliefs, their battles, and their daily victories. Intricate frescoes in tombs like those discovered in Cerveteri tell the story of an afterlife where the revered dead communed with divine forces. If art is a window into a culture's soul, what secrets do these ancient murals whisper to us today? Families formed the backbone of their society, with evidence suggesting that women played influential roles alongside men. Their family structure was built around tight-knit clans, and while patriarchal, women in these societies often enjoyed greater freedoms than their later Roman counterparts, participating in religious ceremonies and public events. Marriage was celebrated as both a union of hearts and a merging of economic strength, and every domestic ritual carried echoes of deep spiritual significance. Daily life revolved around community, trade, and rituals. Economic pursuits ranged from agriculture to artisanal craftsmanship. Markets buzzed with vibrant exchanges, while social and religious ceremonies underscored a deep spiritual connection to the world around them. Here is a thought to ponder. What might our modern family dynamics learn from such communal ties steeped in tradition and ritual? And here is another interesting story. Archaeologists discovered an Etruscan tomb painted with a banquet scene. Here, men and women reclined together, drinking wine, playing music, something scandalous in Greece or Rome. This was a civilization that saw women as equals, a concept centuries ahead of its time. Let's take a look at their architecture. The Etruscans built the first paved roads and drainage systems in Italy. They invented the arch, which the Romans later perfected, and they created intricate tombs filled with paintings and gold treasures. Here is a question for you to ponder. Could the Etruscans have built an empire greater than Rome if they had survived? The Etruscans also made other significant contributions that have left a lasting impact on both their contemporaries and modern society. Here are a few. Number 1. Urban planning and engineering. The Etruscans were pioneers in urban development, establishing some of Europe's earliest true cities. They constructed elaborate drainage systems, roads, and bridges, showcasing advanced engineering skills. Their expertise in hydraulics led to effective land drainage schemes, transforming marshlands into arable territories. This infrastructure not only facilitated trade and communication, but also influenced Roman engineering practices, elements of which are still evident in modern urban planning. Number 2. Art and craftsmanship. Renowned for their artistic achievements, the Etruscans produced high-quality pottery, metalwork, and textiles. Their intricate designs and techniques in bronze and ironworking set them apart as exceptional artisans. These artistic expressions not only reflect their cultural identity, but also laid the groundwork for Roman art, aspects of which continue to inspire contemporary art and design. Number 3. Language and alphabet. The Etruscans developed a writing system derived from the Euboean alphabet, which was used in Magna Graecia. This script influenced the development of the Latin alphabet, the foundation of many modern languages, including English. Their contribution to written communication has had a profound and lasting effect on global literacy and documentation practices. Number 4. Religious practices and rituals. Etruscan religious rituals, including augury and haruspicy, played a significant role in shaping Roman religious customs. Their practices of interpreting divine signs influenced Roman state rituals and ceremonies, elements of which have permeated various aspects of modern religious and cultural traditions. Number 5. Political structures. The Etruscans established a confederation of city-states, each governed autonomously, yet sharing cultural and religious ties. This model of governance influenced the political organization of early Rome and contributed to the development of republican principles that are foundational to many modern democratic systems. So it's safe to say that the Etruscans' advancements in engineering, art, language, religion, and politics were instrumental in shaping ancient societies and continue to influence contemporary culture, infrastructure, and governance. One of the greatest mysteries of the Etruscans is their language. Unlike Latin or Greek, their writing remains only partially understood. This is what we know. The Etruscans had a unique non-Indo-European language. Their alphabet resembles Greek, but their words, indecipherable. And lastly, less than 200 inscriptions have been translated, many of them short phrases or names. What secrets could still be hidden in the Etruscan language? Could a lost text someday reveal their true history? To illustrate, here is an interesting story. Archaeologists once uncovered an Etruscan tomb with an inscription no one could read. To this day, only fragments of their language can be understood. So what happened to the Etruscans? Let's look at a few theories that led to the fall of the Etruscan civilization. When war and ambition reshaped Italy, the Etruscans found their fate intertwined with the fate of Rome. Internal dissent, relentless territorial warfare, and the expanding influence of the Roman Republic gradually absorbed or obliterated this enigmatic society. Some theories suggest violent invasions or even internal strife, while others argue that assimilation was so complete that Etruscan traditions survived beneath layers of Roman influence. Here are 3 Roman-related timeline theories that some historians believe led to the Etruscan downfall. Number 1. In 509 BCE, the Romans overthrew their last Etruscan king, Tarquinius Superbus. Number 2. In 396 BCE, the Romans besieged the rich Etruscan city of Vate for 10 years. When it fell, thousands were enslaved. Number 3. In 283 BC, the Romans crushed the last Etruscan resistance, absorbing their lands into the Republic. One by one, Etruscan cities were destroyed or absorbed. The survivors, they became Romans. Their language disappeared, their gods were renamed, and their history, it was rewritten. Here are some fascinating recent discoveries and excavations related to the Etruscan civilization. Number 1. Bronze statues in San Cassiano dei Bagni, 2022. Archaeologists uncovered over 24 well-preserved bronze statues in an ancient thermal spring in Tuscany, Italy. These statues, dating back over 2,000 years, bear both Etruscan and Latin inscriptions. The discovery sheds light on the transition from the Etruscan civilization to the Roman Empire during the 2nd and 1st centuries BCE. It also highlights the coexistence of Etruscan and Roman families in sacred spaces. Number 2. Painted tomb in Tarquinia necropolis, 2025. A 2,500-year-old tomb with vibrant wall paintings was discovered in the Tarquinia necropolis northwest of Rome. The paintings depict scenes of dancing, music, and a metallurgical workshop, suggesting the deceased's family were metal workers. Number 3. Untouched tomb in Volci Archaeological Park, 2023. A 2,600-year-old tomb, untouched since its creation, was opened in the Osteria necropolis of Volci, Italy. The tomb contained pottery, amphorae, and a bronze cauldron, providing insights into the lifestyle of an elite Etruscan family. These discoveries continue to enrich our understanding of the Etruscan civilization's culture, art, and interactions with the Roman world. But is this truly the end of the Etruscans? Perhaps not, because their blood still flows through the people of Tuscany today. Scientific DNA studies show that modern Tuscans have Etruscan ancestry, and new tombs and artifacts are still being discovered, rewriting what we know about them. Though the Etruscans as a distinct people no longer exist, their legacy thrives. Modern Italy, especially regions like Tuscany, still echoes with the whispers of Etruscan art, religious symbolism, and ingenious architecture. You may ask, why do the Etruscans still matter? Well, they built cities before Rome, they ruled the land before the Caesars, and they shaped a civilization that outlasted them. The Etruscans may have vanished from history, but their mark on the world remains, and as new discoveries emerge, we may finally uncover the truth of this lost empire. This channel is all about exploring fascinating history like this. If you're interested in discovering more, go ahead and click the subscribe button. It's free, and it helps you stay updated on all our latest videos.